Kazuchika Okada with a victory via Rainmaker over, and I want to shout him out. Monster shout out to Rafael Quintero for getting in there and getting Rainmakered. Um, that's he did what he needed to do there. Don Callis, Swerve Strickland, bringing up the Bucks, all of this. I like the stare down. Swerve looked cool as could be. Swerve, I think, is outstanding. I think it's interesting. The stipulation about the world title for a year thing. I think everyone got scared because we all know what Cody did back in the day. For a second, I like what the Bucks are doing with their part of the storyline now, but I don't mind Swerve not being in the world title picture and just putting on awesome storylines. He's told really good stories that don't necessarily even need the world title for right now. And now that we have it with Hangman, down the road, maybe for them to re-meet would be amazing. If Hangman's going to have a longer run, in my eyes, I'm not sure, though, other than Swerve Okada is almost as good as Okada Omega in my like the way I look at this is like that's a dream matchup. Are you kidding me? These are two of the very best in the world today. And who had it on their bingo card not that long ago that we would have a Swerve Okada match in a big situation down the road? David, you got to be excited about this. I mean, it's just cool.
I am excited. I mean, look, the Okada Omega match, I was not underwhelmed or overwhelmed. I was merely whelmed. I thought it was I thought it was entertaining and well done, but not at the heights of their other matches, which is what I expected it to be, if I'm honest. The Okada Swerve thing, I'm excited. Look, I like Swerve Okada's new theme. I'm not sure it fits massively well into Okada's character compared to maybe some other wrestlers on the roster, but it is a really good theme. Obviously, it was a very quick and simple squash, and then a very quick and simple segment to set up. But of all the things on this show, this was the kind of the big, okay, this is our brand new direction that we're going in with Okada and Swerve, and I like it. I think the match will be really, really good as long as Okada's got his working boots on, and Swerve is so great that I think they can gel pretty well. Yeah, I haven't actually got a ton to say on this, to be honest, beyond, yeah, I'm excited. And I think that following the All-In tag match and not having that thing with the world title for a year, I think that we go through this and then I think Swerve will be back in the world title picture, but all good stuff.
But this is okay. So here's another interesting factor here. And I hear you on not much to say about it. I think because the world title was in the briefcase, there was a lot of sort of conjecture going into All In when it came to this new unified title is like a second world title. And do we do a brand split? Do we treat it as such? I don't think so. It feels above the TNT title, but below the world title now that it's out of the briefcase. And I'm kind of thrown by that, right? Because I didn't anticipate what the fallout would look like. And Shad, I'll get your thoughts, but I think then the three of us should sort of break that down too. Because it's a confusing concept the way it's sort of gotten here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the title has to feel important just because arguably the biggest like spectacle match this past weekend leading up to the pay-per-view was Okada, was Omega. Like that rematch showed that, okay, this belt's going to mean a lot because there's a lot of renowned history. This is a belt for the, upper echelon worker. These are two respectable legends in their own rights. This means something. So now he got a win over Kenny Omega. It's also the fact that he beat somebody of Kenny's magnitude at the pay-per-view. So Okada got the juice right now. He feels like a very important figure. And to that point, you can't go down. You have to only go up or stay in the same range of superstars who you can feud with. I thought the build to it was very logical. He's upset. They stripped powers from his boys, part of the, elite. And, he has some words to say. And Swerve coming out, just saying, what you gonna do? B word too. And that alone, like not a lot to it. Just, a couple potty words thrown at each other and a mere, face off. I think that gets you excited. Swerve, if he's not gonna be in the world title picture right now and be away from Hangman, got no problem with that. You have to this is the thing. Their division is like crazy stacked. Like the men's division is absolutely insane where guys aren't going to be able to all compete for that world title. There isn't like a definitive mid-card picture, to be real with you. Like they just have a lot of guys who are main event talents. And that's a lot of the where, frustrations like, well, he's being underutilized. I don't know if it's underutilization. It's just you got to wait your turn kind of a case. And, it can be a thing that people might not be happy about, but you look at the entire board right now. Someone like Bobby Lashley, that's a main event talent. He's covering the tag division right now. Okada, legend, he's holding that belt, right? Dustin Rhodes is a little different, but prior to that, it was Adam Cole, who's also looked as a main event type of guy coming into AEW. Their division is just that stacked, and we're going to run into situations like that. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think it makes the product a lot more better. And also to Okada's theme, I didn't like it. Okay? I ain't like it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't try to fix it, all right?
I was going to say the same thing, but I just didn't want to be too harsh, nor do I really have the energy to. But I was like, what's all the hype about? Like the old one was good. And
his old one is great. I think that's the thing. It's like you have such a amazing theme to go to this. It felt very odd. I don't know. It just maybe I have to get used to it. But look, I keep the same energy. Death Rebel, did you sneak your way into All Elite Wrestling?
I mean, I'll push back on the Death Rebel thing because at the very least I'll be able to recognize whose theme this is.
Yes.
Whereas
Rainmaker.
Yeah, yes. Oh God, I remember. Bam, 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 bam. Like my favorite thing was still this year's Royal Rumble when I was there going,
who is this? I was in the building doing the same thing, David. It was worse.
I still think Zelina Vega's theme song is a SmackDown
David, I was in the
song.
venue doing the exact same thing.
Good grief. I mean, yeah, I think it's fascinating because, like, as you going back to your point, Clark, like Swerve Strickland as the new challenger for Okada, like they are treating this title seriously. They are treating it with respect, and I appreciate that. I mean, I do wish that this show had done a bit more in setting up the world title challenger as well, just so that we could sort of have both of those done. I mean, I suppose the challenger in a sense is MJF, who had a fantastic promo on this show, by the way. A really, really outstanding promo. It's like, yeah, we got main event Max back. Yeah, I love my Max Friedman. But to me, it's just like we've got a really strong and clear direction now for this unified title. I just wish we had a little bit more, particularly in the world title scene, so that we could say, okay, this is kind of the level, this is where we're at, we can kind of gauge it. Because what I'm worried about is that we go through the Swerve feud, which is great, and then we just start to slowly go back to trotting down again. But the thing with Okada is you kind of have to have strong challengers for him because otherwise he won't try. So you like you've set the benchmark now. Okada, Swerve, Bailey, Pac. That's the level of challenger you've got to have for this title.
Bushi,
Osprey,
Bushi match was good too.
The Bushi match was great. So it's like we've got to kind of stay at that level now and don't start to dip.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that.
One thing before we go, to those who like, this is the thing, right? I think the temperament of people coming into AEW, there's unfair criticism. I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to call BS when I see it. Everyone was like, well, Okada's ruining his career going to AEW, and he's not going to be booked like he's in the... Look how good he's being booked now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're making him a meme character.
Yeah, he was booked differently. And this is the problem that I'll say. People who are complaining that Okada sort of thing did not watch Okada in New Japan, who 75% of the time walked his way through. You only saw the matches on the Wrestle Kingdoms where he finally tried, or the G1 finals, or the New Japan Cup
not
finals.
To mention, they didn't watch him in TNA either.
Kato. No, it's like watching him and Evil. Well, I was sort of boring matches I've ever sat through in my life just to get to the good ones. But you don't see any of that. All you see is the big ones. They complain.
And also, it's a weekly television show. There has to be, like, I don't know, man. He's doing great, though. Salute to Okada. I'm excited for him and Swerve, genuinely. So,